Benders postgame begins now, presented by the InsideTheRink.com and the Inside the Rink Podcast Network. Go there for Bruins content and Benders merch. Click the thumbs up and subscribe. Postgames are now available on all podcast platforms, including Apple and Spotify. The morning after today, the Bruins have their 13-game home win streak snapped with a 4-2 loss to the San Jose Sharks, who are now sniffing at the playoffs, a good young team. The Bruins played pretty well for large parts of this game. There were times they didn't want to shoot. There were times they shot and missed. There were times they couldn't finish, and it was their downfall. It's the downfall that we ultimately thought would be to start the year, and it wasn't. But here we are with 18 games to go, and now it is.
Yeah, it's the downfall of the what we thought would be the downfall. That the team isn't very good.
No.
Look, they struggle. They struggle with fast, young teams with skill because they don't have it. They don't have speed. They don't have skill, and they struggle with teams like that.
Yeah.
Tonight, it felt like even though they played pretty well, San Jose got all the bounces, and the Bruins didn't get any. Like they'll go, Swayman makes a save. Excuse me, on the Celebrini shot, it bounces off the Foley and goes in. The Bruins have a similar play with Kuznetsov at the side of the net off a rebound or a whatever tops over his stick. Like that was the kind of night it was for the Bruins. Nedeljkovic played well, but the Bruins couldn't finish when it mattered most. They couldn't bear down on their chances and score, and it cost them the game.
Yeah, it did. And again, their second line's been very good for much of the year, but there's just not enough of the balanced scoring now. There's not enough. I mean, they had several. I mean, at one point they had 45 or 48 shot attempts, and Jesus, they had maybe a goal or zero. This is what we're going to kind of see now, that teams are tightening up defensively. The stakes are higher. Teams are desperate. This is what we're going to start to see is people not being able to finish the goal. And that's the issue. That's going to be the issue. And defensively, there's some breakdowns. I mean, the shorthanded goal was such a killer.
Oh, yeah.
Such a killer. 12 seconds into your power play? Like, such a killer. Breaks in and scores. Peeke gets danced around.
Oh, that was brutal.
On that goal later on from Eklund.
Yeah.
Look at the end of the day, it's a mediocre team. It's an average team.
Yeah.
And right now with Columbus, I think they tied them tonight. They won tonight. So, now you get to the point where 18 games left and 11 of them are on the road, or whatever it is, 17 games. 11 of them are on the road.
Yes.
And it's just not a good sign. I just don't have a great feeling about the team right now.
No, you shouldn't have a good feeling about the team because they just lost at home, which is the one place they can win. And they have 11 games left on the road where they can't win. They have 11 road wins all year long. They have 11 games left. They're not going to win all 11 games on the road at all.
No.
They'll be lucky to win half the road games.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, you have to win pretty much all your home games.
Mm-hmm.
And, they've played well at home for the most part. Not tonight particularly, but for the most part. And it's just not enough. It's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough.
It's not going to be enough. And they play some difficult teams on the road.
Yeah, before the third period tonight, they'd gone 5 periods in a row without a forward scoring a goal.
Yes.
Before the third tonight, when Minton and Pastrnak scored, they had gone 5 periods without a forward scoring a goal.
Right, and then Pastrnak scores a late one, like a cheap one late.
Yeah, I mean Minton scored and Pastrnak scored late, so yeah, great. But you're not getting any offense from your top lines, from any of your forward lines. And look, Kuznetsov is a nice player.
Yeah,
we've talked about it before. He water bugs around. He's having a pretty good year for a young kid.
Yeah,
he's whatever, but he's a third or fourth line guy. He has no business being on one of the top two lines. None. So get him off of there.
Yeah.
Like, cut the shit. Elias Lindholm, the same thing. Like, the guy, like I've talked in the past about offense going to die on Johnny Beecher's stick, and I want him off my hockey team. Yeah. Elias Lindholm is approaching that territory for me.
He is.
I like the player for what he was, what he was. Mm-hmm. You know, a defensive guy, 200-foot guy, can chip in a little offensively, but I don't want him on my team anymore. I don't.
No.
Get him off my hockey team. He's a waste of space and a waste of money and a waste of time.
Yeah. And
so give me two new guys on the first line with Pastrnak. Not who's Nadinov, not Elias Lindholm. Like, pick two other guys. I don't give a fuck who it is. Give me Sean Kuraly and Tanner Jeannot. Just two different fucking guys on the first line. So we can try something else, because nothing is working right now.
Not good
You've
enough.
got one offensive line that's worked in like the last 3 or 4 games, and the rest of the lines you've gotten nothing from. So change the fucking lines up. Change them.
Having a real, Pasternak's having a real hard time with it now. I mean, he's super talented, so he's going to get his points, but he's having a real hard time with having Elias Lindholm as a center right now. His center does nothing for him. Nothing for him. And I know that the team is probably
does nothing for anyone.
He doesn't. And I know that the team, Sweeney especially, probably thinks that Elias Lindholm is still doing fine and is still a good player and is still whatever. But if you had any hockey sense, you can't look out there and say, "Yeah, this guy's a top line center." You just can't say that. You can't believe that. You can't.
If you watch the games, you shouldn't believe that.
No.
If you watch the games and you say he's a number one center in this league, then you don't really know puck.
You don't.
Let's leave it like that.
Or you're lying to yourself.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, I know they like to blow smoke up people's asses and spin everything, but you can't spin this thing. He's just not good enough. If you're going to be a Stanley Cup contender or even a solid playoff run type contender, you can't have this guy playing first line minutes. You cannot. And you certainly can't have Nadinov or whoever the fuck playing on that left wing either. You need to have quality, high-end, high-talented people on that top line if you're going to be anything at all to speak of in the postseason. And it's going to come back to bite them.
It is going to. I mean, it's already biting them.
It's already biting them.
It's already biting them. It's not going to come back. It's already here. It's biting them right now.
Yes.
So they got to figure that thing out. And I know they're in love with him, like you said, but they got to take a hard look at that forward group, and they have to make some like drastic changes.
They really do. And
Patriots. The Patriots the Patriots are a team that in the past, when they've made a mistake, they realize it and they correct it quickly. The Bruins need to follow that same course with Elias Lindholm. Like,
they do.
He's been here a couple of years. It's not working out. It's a waste of time. Like, cut your losses, get out from underneath that thing, and try something else. Like, whether it's James Higgins or Dean Letourneau in a couple of years, or whatever the case may be. You put Pavel Zacha back at center and put him there. Whatever it is, you got to cut your losses and realize Elias Lindholm's not the guy to be the center.
And they hang on too long to things sometimes. Like they just think that's something miraculously is going to happen to make it better. And there's no way. I don't see the guy's over 30. Like, he's not going to all of a sudden have this 80-point season. He's just, and I'll even say this, sometimes he looks like he's getting close to cash. Like, he just doesn't look like he's keeping up with the pace of the game or doing much of anything out there. The other thing is the Steve's thing, which I keep hammering on, and I'm not going to fucking let it go. I'm just not. Like, it's asinine. And here's the other asinine part. If you really want to give the guy 2 years at 1.7 a year for a guy who's played 240 AHL games and really is an AHL player, then fine. Then play him and sit Eyssimont every night, because Eyssimont his contract's up. He's not part of the future. So if you really buy into this Steves, then he needs to play every game because you just committed to him a little more than most people do for fourth line, borderline AHL type players. So you need to actually play the guy every night. If you're saying to us, then you're committing to this guy for 2 years. You have to do that. Like, even though I don't like it, it would make more sense if you played the fucking guy every night and not Mikey Eyssimont, who is not in the future plans. Is not. So if Eysimont's better than Steves, then he would have given Eyssimont an extension and not Steves. I mean, so why isn't he playing? So help me.
No one can help you because there's no logic to it. There's no logic to it. It's not your fault. It's Don Sweeney's fault. There's no logic to it. You can't give me if we sat down tonight and had a one-on-one with Sweeney and asked him what was the driving force behind the extension with Alex Steves? Like, what did you see in Alex Steves that made you say,
has anybody asked him that?
We need to lock this guy up for a couple of years. He's going to get away from us. We can't have that happen. We got to lock him up. What do you see in Alex Steves to make you, to warrant this extension? What do you think his answer is? Because I don't know if he can give one.
I don't know if he'd give one. I don't know. At the time, and it was a weird timing because he had actually started slumping.
Yes.
Weird timing. At the time, he'd probably say, he's the same old bullshit, 200 foot, and he's really earned it. And,
but
he's
that's
really played great.
Really earned it. And that is not a real reason. No, because
give me something tangible. What's the offer?
I fucking try hard at this, and no one's giving me a fucking 2-year extension for $1.7 million.
Right.
Like I've earned it. You've earned it. We've tried hard at this. We've put in the time. We've had more games than fucking Alex Steves has had.
Yes.
In the majors. We've done more.
We've done more.
So we put the time in.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not getting 1.7 million extension. Like trying hard is not enough.
No.
Because if it was trying hard, then we'd be fucking millionaires.
Yes.
And we're not.
Trying hard
hard is not enough.
Trying hard would give us some more money than we have now.
Yeah, that's not a real answer. That's not a real answer. So I need something else from him. Actual what he brings to the table when the game is actually happening. That's what I need from him.
Yeah.
Tell me what he brings to the table when you're actually playing the games.
Yes.
And I don't think he has an answer because there isn't one.
What are the tangible things he does?
Yeah.
That says, okay, this guy fills this role, does this for us.
Right.
That's what I'd like to know. I'd like to know how you're constructing, what goes into the thought process of constructing this roster. What's the identity? What you were trying to do? Go through every line. First line, what does it look like? Second line, what do you want from it? Third line, what do you want from it? Fourth line, what do you want from it? What do you want from your top pair, middle pair, third pair? What do you want? Like, I feel like I just feel like there's very little like coverage of the Bruins, like media. Like, we went to Tampa and it was Ty Anderson and Connor Ryan. And I just didn't, I just feel like you would think there'd be 6 or 8 people there, like really hammering the thing. And it was Boston Sports Journal and Ty Anderson from 98.5. Like, I feel like there's not a lot of people.
There was some other people.
Yeah, but okay, so what are they doing? Where are they from? Like, what are they?
Conroy was there. Conroy was there.
Conroy does a good job at the Herald, sure. Yeah.
And
Kevin Paul DuPont, I don't even think he goes to the fucking game.
No, Dupes wasn't there. Emily Benjamin was there.
Yeah, Fluto.
Was Fluto there?
I didn't see Fluto.
I don't think Fluto was there.
No. I don't know. I don't know. It just
and then it was like Jaffe was there. Like Jaffe was there.
It's because they don't really They ask very generic friggin'
everything's
they
generic.
They don't ask like even remotely something that's thought provoking.
You can't.
It's just
you can't.
Yeah,
you know
I guess.
that. You can't.
I guess that's why this works.
Yeah, I mean the team will just fucking shut you off. You can't ask hard questions. You can't do it.
That's why this works.
You'll get fucking blackballed.
Yeah.
That's why I mean DuPont can do it because he's a hockey writer, Hall of Famer or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Well, he even got called in the principal's office.
Yeah, I mean he's been doing
it 40 years.
Yeah, he can kind of get away with it, but he has cachet. Like no one else can fucking get away with it. You have to ask softball questions, or you have to go on a platform like this, or Ty Anderson on 98.5, and you can say maybe a little bit something, maybe beat around the bush that it's not going great, or you didn't love that extension. Like you can't just come out and say Sweeney fucking screwed the pooch on that one. Like and he did.
Yeah.
I just I don't like. Someone said in the comments they have 2 fifth lines, a fourth line, and a bottom 5. Pajman said, 2 fifth lines, a fourth line. I mean, that's what it is. It's a bottom 5 roster in the league. I've been saying it all year long.
Yes,
it is. And they've been happening to play above their head.
Well, they play hard.
Yeah, and it's catching up to them now because they don't have talent.
No, they don't have nearly enough. Connor, go ahead.
On the media and the Bruins, covering the team while they're away, I think is a lot to do with the budget for a lot of these places in the market, and that's pretty low for the travel budget.
Sure.
And then on the Bruins and media credentials, I know that they're very hard to get credentials for, as we've experienced. Mm-hmm. But I also know for a fact, and I'm not going to repeat who I was told this from, but there are multiple outlets out there. And one of them that I know for certain was credentialed with the Bruins for over 10 years. And they got their credentials pulled out of nowhere with a couple other places over the summer when there was changes within the Bruins organization. And they've never really been an outlet that covered the Bruins negatively at all. I think the Bruins just overall right now want less media coverage, which is kind of understandable in the position they're in. But it's pretty shitty of organizations to do that. But unfortunately, that's the NHL media, people.
It is, but that's why it opens you up for people like us to do this and hammer you. Like that's what you don't just stand up like a man, like a professional, and answer these questions, even questions that are remotely good questions. Like you don't do it. So I'm
a man.
I'm a man. I'm 40. Yeah.
I'm a man.
I'm a man. That's the issue. Is like now you're left for scrutiny. Now your fans criticize you all the time. Because you don't stand up and answer the questions. Give it a good, give us something, give us some respect as fans. To say, okay, this is what's happening, and this is what we thought this would happen with this guy, and it hasn't really happened yet, and just be a little more transparent about it. And that's my issue with it. Is that now you're leaving yourself open to people just assuming you're an idiot.
Well,
and that's
they are.
They have to be. They have to be.
So I'm fine with calling them out from the cheap seats, which is what we're doing here.
Yeah, I mean this is why this works. So I'm maybe I'm shooting myself in the foot by having them try to do something different, but it works for us because we can go on and just create it's not like we create narratives. We don't. We use our eyeballs and we're honest about what's happening. Do you know what I mean?
When they play well, we say it, and when they play bad, we say it. And in the last couple of years, they've played bad.
They've made some really weird decisions.
Bad roster, bad management, bad extensions. So, we're going to call that out. When they were, the President's Trophy winners, we were fucking sunshine and rainbows like everyone else. Hoping they would. And then they pissed it away, and we clobbered them for it.
I do think you should clarify this, Maddie. I would say that we are creating narratives for the amount of people that are copying all of your takes.
No, no.
We're not fabricating narratives.
No, we're not Felger and Maz. We're not, kind of making stuff up a little bit or stretching this or stretching that. We're not doing that thing. We're just saying a guy isn't playing great, and this is, why is he out there? Or why are you getting a guy for 7.75 over 7 years who's coming off a 40 point and is 30, approaching 30 years old? Like, why are you doing that? So that's what we do. It's, when Swayman was sucking and being an a-hole, we called him out.
It's also how we feel about the hockey team in general. Like, I would have said that to you about Elias Lindholm, whether we were doing this podcast or not doing it,
Yes.
And I would have praised David Pastrnak, as a heart guy if we were doing it or not doing it. So
we hammered Zadorov, and then we're
honest. We're honest about the team. We're honest with our feelings about the team. And if people don't like that, then fuck you.
Pound sand.
I don't care.
You're lucky you have passionate fans.
If you want somebody to blow sunshine and smoke up your ass, go somewhere else.
It's not for us. It's not for us. You know what? If you want to go to other podcasts and talk about how McAvoy's helping his captaincy, like we just talked about last night, do that too. Weird stuff.
We had some other people pick that up today.
Yeah, it's a weird narrative, but all of a sudden it's bouncing around.
Pick up the Swayman thing about us. We talked about Swayman playing every game this week. Other people,
someone that came out of thin air, and people were starting to question that too. Sure, go ahead, Connor.
Before we get carried away with the show and get into the comments, one of the things as I watched tonight's game that popped into my mind was hockey IQ and comparing the two teams. Mm-hmm. The Boston Bruins, were hitting people in the skates with passes and not sharp. They're throwing the puck into space, and there's nobody in a good position to get the puck. They're shooting the puck, hoping for a rebound, and there's nobody there. And on the other side of the ice, you're looking at the Sharks, who every defenseman seemed to bounce a puck off the boards right to another player, or somebody was throwing the puck into space and there was somebody ready to pounce on it and shoot the puck. And it's like the Bruins are just not there, or they don't have the players who know where to go and where to be on the ice with each other. And that's really frustrating after seeing that never be a problem in the last decade or so with the Boston Bruins.
I've been talking about hockey IQ with this group for a long time. I think they have a bunch of guys who are dumb hockey players. Like, they don't particularly know what to do. They don't know how to execute a 3-on-2. Like, watch, they go into the zone 3 across. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
like,
you don't do that.
Hockey.
Yeah.
The first guy drives the fucking net, and the second guy comes in behind to give you a lane.
The third guy high.
Hard. It's hockey 101. Every team across the league does it that way, except for the Bruins. I don't know if they think they're smarter than everybody else or what, but it's maddening to watch them play hockey compared to watching other teams do it.
Yeah,
they're not in the right position sometimes. Like, McAvoy's skating all over the goddamn zone, and somebody tries to rim it around to the point, and he's nowhere to be fucking found. Like, where are you, dude? Why are you in the left wing fucking circle when you should be at the right point? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Where are you? Yeah, where are you? Yeah, I look, and their center play is, they don't have playmakers. They don't have playmakers. I don't know what.
Connor said Maddie's petting a puppy or something.
Yeah,
something soothing.
I don't know. It's maddening. They don't have great talent. So, all right, let's get into Benders banter.
Yeah.
And that's presented by Evolve ABA, which offers consulting services from a board-certified behavior analyst to adult day programs and residences, schools, and even businesses using the principles of applied behavior analysis. Evolve ABA is also pleased to offer staff training in collaboration with parents of children with autism and other special needs wishing to learn more about the science of applied behavior analysis. To learn more about Evolve ABA, call Sean Daly at 774-823. 5016. Visit evolveaba.net. Also, Matthew Curtis also would love your best players, McAvoy and Pastrnak, to end the season and potentially go into the playoffs as your best players. They really need to be better. I mean, Pasternak's had some issues. Some of it may be injury related. Some of it may be that, look, the line mates are just catching up to him. You know, it's just not, there's just not a lot there. There might be a couple of different reasons for it. Glad he got on the board tonight, and he's still going to be 90-something points. So, but yes, McAvoy's had a couple of kind of games, but he played a bunch of really good games since his injury. So, yeah, I mean, you'd like them to be at their best, of course. But you know what? They're also, sometimes you're not going to be at your best. And you would hope that the secondary guys would fucking pick it up a little bit when you're not having your best night.
Yeah.
And they were doing that, you know, earlier in the season. And now there's just not a lot of that. I'm with you on this. I'm saying put Minton up on the top line. And when Hagens is ready, it's Hagens, Minton, Pastrnak. Just do that thing for 12 games. Just do it.
Do it for the rest of the season.
And see what you have. Whenever Hagens gets there, see what you have. That's what I say.
Yeah.
You know, do that. Just put them there. Those two, you got a 21-year-old, a 19-year-old, and Pastrnak.
Yeah.
You see what young players, and you know, I was saw something on TikTok, I think it was, say with Mike Grinnell, and he was talking about how they were talking about young players, and typically young players don't win ultimately. But he was talking about how this is it's a young player's game now.
It is.
And that some of these younger players are playing so well that they can actually win. And you're seeing Celebrini dragging this young team, to maybe a playoff berth, a real dangerous team. You don't want to play the San Jose Sharks in the playoffs. So it is a younger type team. And I know that statistically, I think if you look at the Bruins, they're in the top 10 or 12. They're I guess a fairly younger team, but it's not talented youth. And that's the difference. And I think the Bruins need young talent. Hopefully Hagens is it. Hopefully Letourneau is it. But they need young talent.
They do.
I mean, the Sharks have a ton of young talent.
Yeah, and their old guys suck too.
Right. Tyler Toffoli, I've said for 3 years.
I love Tyler Toffoli.
That he's more than that, maybe. That he should be that he should be a Bruin. Like he would be a really good Bruin.
I wanted them to acquire him back when he was with the Kings. Like,
wasn't it Toffoli when the Canadians made that run in the
Toffoli was on the Canadians for a year.
Had a really good
year. Yeah,
on the bubble when they went to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a good player.
He is a good player, and he's still a good player. Even at 30, was he 32, 33 years old? He's still a good player. Yeah. So, but that's the type of kind of move. Like I know they weren't moving on from him now, but I said it a couple of years ago. Get like a Tyler Toffoli. Sure. He can produce. He can score goals. He plays. He plays a good wing, and he's a veteran. He's tough. He'd be a really good Bruin. Get a guy like that instead of fucking around with Alex Steves and Mikey Eyssimont and all these other guys. Like Toffoli is a better player than both, and can be a really good third line winger right now. If you had him on there with Minton right now and Geekie, I like that line.
Yeah,
I like that line a lot.
Sure.
So that's the type of guy that you really kind of need. And there's a lot of and I'm at the end of the day, I think that this is good for the Bruins organization.
It is.
And that you can't I want them to make the playoffs, but I think it would hurt them if they did. I think it's much better if they miss and they kind of fizzle out here and you don't get this false hope or this fool's gold.
No.
And you know that they aren't that great and you got to start making some moves because you can't miss it again next year. And that's kind of where it is. Now, does that mean that they'll make great decisions and make moves and all that? No. This might be the wrong management to do that. But I think ultimately it's better for the organization if they miss and people continue to kind of say, Jesus, we're on alert right here.
Yeah, they have some hard decisions to make.
Mm-hmm.
Like they need to make some hard decisions with the roster.
Right.
And it will be easier, or maybe those decisions will come to light more if the team isn't very good. And you say, well, we didn't measure up. We weren't good enough.
Right.
And maybe that will lead to some of those decisions, like maybe the Lindholm boys getting off the hockey team. Like,
right.
Maybe it's going to take something like that where you miss and then you take a hard look at the roster and say, we really have to make some tough choices.
Yeah.
In my mind, they're not tough choices, but in their mind, I think they're tough choices.
Yeah, they are.
Those guys off the hockey team.
They are.
Like, you don't need a mid-30s Elias Lindholm or mid-30s Hampus Lindholm to be on your hockey team. Like, you just don't. Like, they're not adding really much of anything good. You might as well give a spot like that to a Frederick Brunet and a Matthew Poitras if it's not James Higgins. You know, give some of these young guys a chance and just build the thing. Like, that's what you want to do anyways. That's what you talked about at the trade deadline. You know, we're going to stick with the, prospect pool and moving forward with that and the youth movement, whatever. Like, that's what you want to do. So just do it. Like, commit to it. Don't dip your toe in, with both things. Like that's what they've been doing for too long.
Yeah.
Is they kind of try to straddle the fence. We're going to kind of try to make the playoffs, but we're not really going to try. And we're going to try to develop young guys, but we're not really going to develop young guys. Like, pick a fucking lane, get in it, and drive 100.
Right.
Like, don't fucking go in there and run out of fucking gas and shit your pants and, blow a tire.
Right.
Like, get in, pick a lane, get in there and fucking go.
Yeah. See, if I'm Sweeney, I'm doing that because if I'm going to go down, I'm going 100.
Yeah.
In a plan that I picked. Like, this is my plan, and I'm going for it. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Fire me. But I think that's the problem is they don't really pick that lane. And again, people can argue all they want. I just don't know if they really understand how to rebuild a roster after losing all that talent. They don't. It was kind of handed to him. And he put some pieces in to help it. But he has to kind of reload or rebuild, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. So I don't think he knows how to do that. Like, I don't think he has an understanding of how to really get that done or what he wants. Or it seems to be, well, we're going to do some puck movers. We might do some youth. Now, fuck the youth. We're going to do piss and vinegar. Well, half of these guys don't hit anymore. So what does that mean? Okay, well, we got Pastrnak and we've got Geekie scored some goals. Hey, great. That was a great pickup. Yeah, great. And, we're going to pay the goalie and then he's going to be inconsistent in the beginning. Like, it just doesn't seem to have much flow to what they're doing. Connor, go ahead.
This topic has been kind of weighing on me recently, especially the rebuild portion. And one of the things that Sweeney said at his press conference post-deadline about, he doesn't regret giving up the assets in the past to help the team win. He regrets not winning. And I've started to develop this cockamamie theory in my brain of trying to look at this in two different ways. Mm-hmm. One, of Sweeney trying to help that team win. And then two, now Sweeney realizing that that's never going to work and that's past and rebuilding this team, which I think he finally came to a realization last year sometime that team wasn't going to win anymore. And he needed to build towards a new team's core to win.
Right.
So when I look at Sweeney's past, so 2 years ago and prior, I think he did an okay job giving this team an opportunity to win. Did he always make the right choices? No, but he wasn't afraid to try and make additions to help the team get over the edge because we had a team that could win. Now I think he's done 2 years in a row of making the right choice to help this team rebuild towards a better future. Everybody that's a hockey fan can agree that when your team is consistently good, you do have to accept a couple years of pain eventually And I think that that's what this is. And if he can take 3 years and turn this back into a team that can compete for the playoffs, Sweeney will be successful in most people's eyes, and most importantly, the Jacobs' eyes.
Okay, so third year. Okay, so third year is contract coming up, right? So what do you need to see to make your theory, which is your theory, to make your theory like believable or realistic or exactly what's happening?
He this summer and at the next trade deadline would have to add another no shit top 6 presence that is not a prospect. So you can't say that that's going to be James Higgins or Dean Letourneau playing in your top 6. It's got to be an established NHL player to leverage those ELCs that you're bringing on, because you can afford those contracts now in that window. That is going to be his only chance to get the Swayman, McAvoy, and David Pastrnak core
100%.
a Stanley Cup.
100%. Because when Higgins is ready to go, it needs to be like Tyler Seguin. He needs to come into a team that's like kind of balls to the wall, like deep run kind of team. Like if he doesn't come in here, then he's young and it's going to take forever. Like, so he needs to be put into a situation where they're always a pretty good established team. So what needs to happen is they need a top 4 defenseman and they need a top 6 forward. So can they get those? And what is he willing to give up to get those? Does he give up Higgins to get those? So what, because we've heard the asking prices, what can he do? Like, how can he do that? Can he get a top 4D and a top 6 forward? Because I think if he does that, I think they take a step closer, because I do think this team is better than I thought-ish. So if they go top 4 and top 6, then maybe you're a little bit closer, depending on what the other teams in the division are doing and how they're doing. So, but I don't know who is that? Like, how does he do that? Because they still, as much as we are really excited about the prospects, Higgins, Letourneau, Will Moore, Will Zellers, all these guys, it's still not a ton there. If you trade a couple, you're back to square one. You're back to like bottom prospect pool.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't know how it's done to get that. You know, we see the free agent list. It's not great. It's always a bunch of 31, 32-year-olds. I don't know how you do it.
I think, number one, I think he didn't have a great 2 years here, Connor, to rebuild the thing. Because if he was rebuilding, he would have traded guys this trade.
This thing. Right.
He stood pat. So he missed at this trade deadline if he was trying to rebuild the thing, because he should have traded Arvidsson. He should have traded Peeke. He probably should have traded some other people. Middlestat or Zacha.
Yeah.
But he's letting them go for it.
Yeah.
You know, to make the playoffs. He's caught in between. He's dipping his toe in like he always has.
He got caught in between, but he did the lesser of two evil, considering what the roster did to him.
Yeah, but you have to make fucking tough decisions sometimes.
You do. He doesn't. He's risk averse.
Don't give me the he.
You do, but then you turn yourself into Kevin Adams.
Kevin Adams,
the GM of the Buffalo Sabres.
I know. I mean, he's not the GM.
The whole fucking team hates you. If you go and trade 2 to 3 pieces after you just said that your 2 best players are begging you to make an addition, and then you go and sell players, he would turn into Kevin Adams. Nobody would want to play for him, and it would be a disaster. You have to give and take to some extent.
I mean, look right now your team is pretty much locked up for next year, and it's not good enough. So
whose fault is it though?
Yeah, I mean, you're probably not going to make the playoffs, and you have the whole roster, other than Peeke and Arvidsson, is signed for next year. So you already have a non-playoff team probably. I'm not sure how much progress you've made if you don't make the playoffs. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean,
no. I mean, look, I think they're gonna struggle again. Like
next year, relatively same group next year doesn't mean same result or a little bit better. That's not how it works. Like next year, you might have teams that get themselves better, and you have a hard time doing that, and those teams leap over you, and then you have a different group of teams. Like the Flyers are going to continue to try to get better. Ottawa should try to get better. If they miss the playoffs, you're damn sure they're going to try to make the playoffs next year. Like there's teams, Washington, make a couple of moves, try to get back in the mix. So,
yeah, Columbus has young talent. Like if they don't make it, they're knocking on the door. Detroit's on the upswing. Buffalo's certainly on the upswing. Like teams have passed you. Everybody has passed you. You're one of the worst teams in your division. Especially roster wise. Like maybe you can find some ways to win better than some other teams because you have Pastrnak and Swayman and McAvoy, I guess. But for the most part, like everybody else is better than you in your division, in your own division.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like Florida's down. Like Barkov will come back. They'll be better. They'll make some moves. They're not going to stand pat.
Yeah.
Tkachuk's been hurt all year. So they'll figure some things out and come back. They'll probably make some big trades. They'll probably take some big swings, Florida, this offseason. You won't. I can almost guarantee it that they won't do much of anything. And we'll be sitting here with almost the exact same team next year. They'll make a couple of additions. Maybe they get, one guy who's like a middle six guy. But the free agent group sucks. So it's not really a middle six guy. It's probably a bottom six guy, but he'll play in the middle six because he has to, because the rest of the team blows.
Yeah.
And you'll get, that guy will score 20 goals, but you'll lose Arvidsson to someone else if he doesn't sign his extension. So, and, who's Nadinov going to continue he's not a rookie, but, is he going to score 13, 14 goals next year?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Like, so there's a lot of question marks with this team. And there were coming into the season and you had some things go your way. You got the goaltending, you got secondary scoring, but now the power play is back in the toilet. Like you can't have both the special teams do well at the same time, it seems.
No,
like the penalty kill was absolute dog shit and the power play was white hot. Now the power play can't fucking buy a goal and the penalty kill is pretty good.
Yeah.
Can we have the two things like work simultaneously? Can we try that on for size just once?
Those are a couple other things. They need a penalty killing defenseman and probably another penalty killer on the forward.
There's a lot of holes. I mean, we could talk about this thing all day long. There's a lot of holes on the roster. A lot of them.
There are.
And they build the roster the wrong way. They start at the wrong end. Like Pajman said, there are a bunch of fifth line guys.
Yeah.
They got a team of them. And that's where they start. That's where they start with the extensions on the fifth line with a guy who's sitting in the fucking press box. That's the guy they gave the extension to first.
That's right. Yeah. The guy was slumping. Yeah. I don't know. Steve's back in the lineup, says Cinderblay. Yeah. And I'm telling you, and I hate I just, you know my thoughts on the fucking extension.
Yeah.
But if you're going to extend the guy for 2 years at that money, then he should be playing every night.
Yeah, let's play him.
I mean, how is he not? He's not playing. He finally played tonight over a guy you're not going to move on with. You're not going to continue on with in the future. It doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense. Hockey talk. Hashtag beers forever. Don Sweeney is in the Elias Lindholm files. $5. Thanks, Hockey talk.
Thank you.
Tip jar is open, folks.
Tip.
Hammer it.
Yep.
Combination of getting goalied and having a bunch of guys who couldn't finish in a Russian whorehouse, says Pejman.
Correct.
Matthew Curtis, don't even know what the record is, but it feels like the Sharks have had our number the past 2 to 3 years. I think they lost. Did they lose in San Jose?
Probably.
I think they did.
They can't win on the road, so probably.
I think they lost maybe 3-1 in San Jose. Pejman, it's been a 2-year pursuit of Elias Lindholm. Should have been fired on the spot. I'll tell you what. that thing is just hard to swallow. It really is. I mean, I think Smitty's right. You legitimately didn't watch the guy play hockey for the last 2 years while you were pursuing him. You just figured he was the same guy. Go ahead, Connor.
From the pen of Ty Anderson on X, he asked Sturm about line changes and Elias Lindholm, and Sturm said, "Top guys gotta be top guys. Tonight was too flat, and he made the line changes because he thought Pastrnak needed some help."
Well, good, because at least he acknowledges it, and maybe this is the first step. Because admitting the problem is always the first step, right? In Alcoholics Anonymous, like, isn't it just like you admit you have a problem, and then you start to find a solution?
Well,
right?
Did he admit that he has a problem? Because he called him a top guy still.
Yeah.
So that to me means he's not fucking seeing it, really.
But it's a backhanded compliment by saying our top guys got to be our top guys.
Maybe it's
you're not being.
I mean, look, he's saying he's not playing well. He's saying our top guy, Elias Lindholm, has to play like a top guy. And he's not playing like a top guy. So he's saying there's more there and he has to play better. He's not saying he's not a top guy. He's saying he has to play better. That's not the same thing. He should be saying he's not a top guy and he should go down to the third line where he fucking belongs.
Yeah. Yes. It's not going to get any better. So it's just not going to get any better.
Either way, this could be the beginning of the end where it's now finally voiced publicly. And
I'm hoping it's the first
play
step.
better. He gets, pushed down, and then it becomes he's upset with his, his roster position and playing time. And then, hey, we need to move him in the off season. That'd be fantastic.
It's did win 3-1 in San Jose, by the way, by the by.
Macaulay Martin, I can see it now. They're going to play 500 hockey until game 82. Miss the playoffs by 2 lousy points and miss out on Toronto's pick. Tonight's Sips are tied plat. Listen, Macaulay, that's the worst case scenario, and I feel like it's coming. I feel like there's an avalanche above our head, and it's inevitable. Like, I feel like Toronto is going to just be, get the third pick on the draft or whatever. That thing's going to be kicked into 2028, whatever it is. And the Bruins are going to be just outside and picking 2020, whatever it is. And that's the worst case scenario.
I saw a thing that says Toronto can decide who the pick goes to. Did you see this?
I didn't see that.
So
Isn't there a thing with Philadelphia or something?
Yeah, with Philadelphia. So, so if, say, Toronto's pick lands within the top 5 and they get to make the pick, so the pick kicks to next year. Philadelphia has an option, or Philadelphia is supposed to get a first-round pick from Toronto as well. But from what I read, Toronto can decide which of the two teams it gives the pick to. So if the pick's like not top 10 or whatever, they can choose. And they could choose,
and then the second team
27. If they bounce back and have a great year and their pick is 29th, they can decide to give it to Boston instead of Philly to fuck the Bruins, which they absolutely would do.
Yeah,
and then play the pick the following year.
Yeah. Did they win tonight?
Toronto
3-3. Matthews got hurt, so that's there. There it is. If Matthew misses the rest of the year, then they're definitely tanking. DKJ Barry, can we get past a restraining order against Lindholm? Odysseys. Good as
Least 154.
At least 154. Nice. That's a big win for the Bruins.
Yeah.
It's a big win. Win a few more of those, and I think you're okay. Goodest game misconduct after Neon Matthews. No reaction from the Leafs on the play. They're dead inside. At least they're back in the game, Odysseys. Well, they won tonight, so that's good. Cinderblay. At least Sweens didn't upset the room by trading Peeke and Harvey. Yeah, I mean, Odysseys. Razor says, it hasn't been full-fledged opportunities. Nijelvic, whatever the fuck his name is, faced. Judd, at least half of them were A-grade chances. Brick. Silence. Oh, Christ. Judd. Fucking A. I feel like Brick can't wait to get out of there. Like, I feel like next year is the swan song, I'm thinking. I think he's doing a farewell tour next year. Raycroft's been in the booth every once in a while. I feel like they're setting that.
If it goes to Raycroft and Judd,
yeah,
I might have to listen to the radio. I might have to try to sync it up with the radio or something, or listen or see if I can get it on ESPN.
We might have to do all the games next year.
Yeah, you're right.
I
mean, I watch the games anyways. We might as well just commentate them ourselves.
Yeah, Connor.
Since the draft pick got mentioned by Smitty and there is some fucking word salad on this bad Larry, I'm going to read a portion of what this pick actually is. So top 5 protected pick this year, no duh, will slide to 2027 if it is for whatever reason in the top 5. Now, if next year's pick, the 2027 in Philadelphia, is outside the top 10.
That's what I said.
It'll go to Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
If it is inside the top 10, Toronto can either keep it or they can give it to Boston. If they keep it, Boston slides to 2028. If it's outside the top 10, Philadelphia gets the pick and Boston gets pushed to 2028. So either way, if Toronto gets a top 5 this year, you're in real jeopardy of ending up with a 2028 from Toronto.
Okay, let me ask you this. If that happens, let's say it gets kicked down the can to 2028 and they get fucking Rarehoff and they're better. How is that trade now?
Not as good.
Not as good.
You
got a potentially a good solid center at 21 years old, who's like projected third, maybe second line, probably third, but maybe second line for a really good solid defenseman for many years for yourself. And a fucking first round pick that's like 29. And you get some asshole that you have in Providence for 5 years before you trade him to Nashville for some fucking goon that you need on your Providence Bruins fucking run to the playoffs.
Bruins are a wagon, baby.
Not they?
They are a wagon.
Navrin Mutter or someone's Mutter.
Yeah. Mutton
chops. Mutton honey.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
I'm telling you, it changes the whole narrative on the fleecing.
Sure.
Of Don Sweeney. It does.
It's not a fleecing. It's a pretty good hockey trade for both teams.
Yeah, it's a good hockey trade.
Sure.
And the more likely scenario, since they're basically already there, is if Florida's in the top 10, we're locked in for their 2028 first round pick. So the nightmare scenario is 3 firsts in 2028, which are absolutely no fucking use to us right now.
We're covering the whole first round in 2028.
Yeah, I mean, I love the hell out of that because you're looking at another fucking 2015 coming right back. Baby.
You're looking at 14, 15, 16.
Yeah. I think they just turn into legitimate trade pieces at that point. Yeah, I think if they land this year, great. If not, you start trading them away.
Way too much credit.
Who's gonna want it?
You give them too much credit.
Pick 28. Who's gonna want it?
Anybody but me.
All the time. Too much credit.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
You think they have brains in their head, Connor? That's your mistake.
You set yourself for letdowns. Like you think correctly.
You do.
Not you.
That's your fault. That's your problem. You're logical and you're actually thinking about decent hockey trades and doing things creatively and using the cap and salary retention, all these things that you're great at that they should do.
They should do.
They don't do. They've never done.
Listen, this is just my world and Don Sweeney is shitting on it. Okay.
Yes.
You need to think like an imbecile.
That's correct.
And then it would work. Then it would work. That's not your fault.
Yeah, it's not your fault. It's not your fault, Connor. It's not your fault. You're an idiot. You're not an idiot.
Victoria, okay, F you Sway for that one, but damn, Eklund, that was a beautiful goal. It was great hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, it was.
He undressed fucking Peeke.
Of course he did.
I don't understand why Peeke's still on the hockey team. I don't.
Looking good out there, Peeke. Anyway,
looking good out there, Peeke, says Cinderbla.
Yeah, I sent the text chain to these guys. I'm like, Peeke just got walked. Yes, sir.
Pejman, Connor should be flaccid with this game, even if Minton scores again. Sevitz minty fresh. I love how Connor stars all the Minton.
Yeah, of course he does.
Of course he does.
Yeah. Producer Connor getting a raising keyboard.
Raising keyboard tonight.
Yeah. Everybody knows.
I just want you to know that nobody else gets this much hype in the chat when they score, aside from Fraser Minton.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take that bump every time it happens.
I'll tell you right now, Fraser Minton's all you got. Like, he's your one young player who's pretty good.
Yeah.
So that's all you got right now until Higgins comes. What a fucking joke, says Nat Pat. Thank God I don't have any tickets left this season. Our top line can't even score a fucking goal. This is the worst Bruins team I've seen in 25 plus years. Nobody is worth keeping.
Wow. Okay. That's saying something because you got Pastrnak on the team. That's saying something.
Zach Hayes getting Eddie off the first line since the move both Pasta and Geekie's production is down. Yeah, Sweeney just said it.
Yeah.
It's a nice story and everything, and he plugged in for a few games. Great. But get him off my fucking top line.
Yeah, I don't want to see
Marat Kuznetsov, people.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Is it just think about it going around the rest of the league. Like, who else is doing that shit?
No, nobody's doing that.
Who else is doing that?
No, when I do all the line combinations for all these previews and stuff, the top lines have all their best players on it.
Who else is doing that?
Nobody any good.
Good second line. So put your two guys that can fucking score goals together.
Yes.
They were fucking on fire at the second half of last year.
They were.
Setting each other up. Primary assist after primary assist. Can we put those guys on the same goddamn line?
Yeah. I say Minton with those two guys and let it ride for 15 games.
Yeah. I mean, the rest of the season. 15 games is pretty much the rest of the season.
It's the rest of the season.
Give me Higgins with fucking Pastrnak and
sure.
I don't care.
Sure. Doc Davey, unfortunately, I think this team needs to miss the playoffs to get better in the future. Another lottery pick and another year to prune the crap out of this roster. I'm with you. I just think it's kind of fool's gold, and this is going to be the worst case scenario. They gave this team a chance, and they didn't make the playoffs. It's just not good. Stupid. McRack, the Bees are losing steam. Best case scenario, BC loses tomorrow, doesn't make the tourney. Higgins gets in the lineup. Steves and Eyssimont need to sit in the ninth floor. 100%. 100%. Higgins should play in the top line.
Yes.
For the last how many games he gets to play.
Yep.
And that's it. That's it. Jerry Jingle, big picture. Leafs winning more important than Bees losing. 100%.
I would agree.
They need to fucking lose. They need to fucking win, the Leafs. And they need to stay in that sort of 7 to 10 range.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself a really good young prospect right there. Boom. And then your pick might be, 18, 20. You get a couple of decent prospects right there.
You should.
You should. Macaulay, Minton, and Pasta has worked well, but not sure why they refuse to continue to try it. Poitras and Pastrnak worked pretty well. They never tried it. It's just insane to me. It's insane to me. But Elias Lindholm makes a lot of money.
It hurts my brain.
Or Charlie Jenkins will look at the books and be like, why does this guy play 14 minutes a game when I'm paying him $8 million a year? It's a good question.
Shouldn't have paid him $8 million. That's why.
No. Shouldn't have fucking signed that guy.
Yeah.
Matthew Curtis, there's a legitimate chance you see a Higgins, Minton, Pastrnak line on Monday. I'm all for it. I'm here for it.
You want to talk about Connor getting some morning wood or evening wood, whatever kind of wood it happens. I'll join him.
Wood.
Yeah.
So. If that's the line that shows up on Monday night, it's going to look like a fucking Diddy party in my house.
I'm going to need to call a doctor after 4 hours if that is the line on Monday night.
We're going to sell baby oil on the fucking Benders baby oil on the fucking merch site.
No, we're not going to sell it. It'll be all used up after that.
Jesus Christ.
It'll be used up.
Used
baby oil. Can we sell that stuff? I think we probably could.
Now, Pat, $5 to say, yes, Minnie. Elias Lindholm fucking belongs on the third line. He is not a fucking top 6 fucking player. What the fuck is he still doing on the top line? Sorry, John. 5-6 times.
Yeah.
Bruins 19. Go ahead.
Now Pat knows. That's all.
He does.
He's
Bruins
right.
1970. If we have all these future first rounders, maybe we should have went after Thomas. Yeah, you think? Maybe they revisit that. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what their plan is. I don't know who they want to go. I'll say this though. I do believe that Sturm is keeping notes and has a feel for what who he wants to coach going forward and who he doesn't. Now, whether or not they can get rid of those guys and make those things happen, I have no idea. But I think that Sturm has a clear idea of, okay, this guy isn't cut it for me, and this guy does. Now, why Steves was signed to 2 years and then basically not played is weird. But I think that Sturm is going to have a say and say, hey, this guy really doesn't get it done for me. And that little clip on Elias Lindholm, I think is a good little first step to saying, okay, we're putting it out there in the atmosphere. We understand he's not playing great. Pastrnak needs help. That's a better sign, too, for Hagens.
Yes.
Because they might say, you know what, Hagen's going to play on the top line because we are having a hard time finding the help for him.
I hope that's the case.
I do.
The one caveat I have is our top guys part, and that really just crawled up my ass. Like I hate it. I hate that he said that.
Yes.
So yes, I hope he's keeping notes, and I hope he's figuring out, and I hope he can see clearly because I don't think the rest of them can.
No.
So if he can, maybe he has enough sway to get a trade like that made. Maybe. I hope so. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, here's a good point by Zach Hayes. Honestly, what difference would our record be with Poitras on the team and Lindholm out the last 2 seasons? It's an interesting point. Like, I think Poitras would probably be hurt here and there, but I mean, any type of guy other than Lindholm. What would the difference be?
I think Matthew Poitras would have more 5-on-5 points for the Boston Bruins right now than Elias Lindholm does.
Yes,
that's what I think.
And I think by now, Pastrnak and him would have some pretty good chemistry. I do.
And I think he probably would be a better power play player as well. I think he can pass the puck. I think he's a little slippery.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think he would be an improvement.
He would be. Gordoff says the Bruins need to fire Don Sweeney ASAP when the Bees are eliminated. Bruins owned Leaf pick will be in 2028. Mark my words. Yeah, it certainly looks that way. Let's see. Northeastern makes the Hockey East quarters. Providence Bruins Benders. Maybe we should just do a Providence Bruins Benders.
Yeah. I mean, Riley Tufte, friend of the program.
Tufte? Yeah, get Tufte on there. Sure.
Big game tomorrow night. I'll be watching. BC, Maine.
Yeah.
You gotta, if you're a Bruins fan, you gotta be rooting for the Maine Black Bears in this one.
Yeah, you do. And with this trade today that we just sort of joked about, but with Bancroft and Rizzo going, and one guy getting, coming in return, opens up another contract spot. Obviously, Hagens and Gasso are probably too surefire.
Yes.
I don't know if they'll go for the college free agent list isn't as strong as the years past. I don't know if they'll go for one of those guys. But there are a couple of guys like Beckett Hendrickson is down with Minnesota. He
Svedback.
might. What's that?
Svedback, the goalie from Providence.
The goalie. Elliot Gronwald had a plus 37 with Quinnipiac.
He had 19 points too, I think.
Yes, 19 points in his sophomore season. So does he elect to turn pro? So we'll see what they do with some of the draftees that could be eligible to play for them.
Yeah, it will be interesting because they have a handful of guys that could sign potentially.
Yeah. All right, 3 up, 3 down. My ups, I guess I'll give an up to Minton for scoring the goal. I thought Minton, the last couple of games, is playing better. His finish hasn't really been there until he scored that goal, but I think he's more noticeable. He's playing better, more impactful. Other than that, didn't see a ton. The McAvoy hit, I thought was, his elbow was in. I just think it's a bad spot, bad hit, bad, just kind of one of those things. And not something. He didn't throw the chicken wing out. He didn't leave his feet. He has to brace for a hit, and then Sherwood's starting to go down. It's just one of those kind of awkward hits.
He was playing the puck. He played the puck first.
Yes.
So, and then, then he was stronger. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you have to call the penalty there because it was head contact, but in the playoffs, playoffs, to me, that's a no call.
Yeah. In the playoffs, yes. I don't mind the penalty.
I don't mind the penalty. Like you got to call it, whatever. It was kind of a head contact, but if that was, happened against Montreal, they'd be crying. If that was a Montreal player that hit somebody else, they'd be crying saying, oh, the guy was hunched over. Like that's everybody's defense. Like keep your head up. I don't know. To me, it wasn't much of anything. Like you won't be suspended or anything. Like that's not. That doesn't.
No, it's not a suspendable thing. No, you won't even get fined. It'll be a nothing burger.
Yeah.
Dan Maynard said, "Is it legit word that Hagens is coming up?" I mean, that's the thought by just about everybody that he's going to sign, and that he will play with the Bruins. I don't want him anywhere near the Providence Bruins, so I want to see what you have. This is the time to see what you have with him. Give him a taste of it. And go from there. There was another one here. Gordov. Sweeney wouldn't recognize good hockey talent if it kicked him in the vagina. I just wanted to get that one out there real quick.
And hey, Sweens, if you're listening, and I know you are, that was not us. That was
that's our people. I mean, that's just people talking.
That was from a very knowledgeable commenter. It wasn't us.
I mean, we have this chat. We have to get the chat. We have to get the comments out. Sorry, Donnie. So what is it? What is that thing? That disclaimer? The thoughts and opinions of those in the program are not necessarily those of the host. Well, most of the time they are, but not necessarily. Savior James Hagens. Yeah. So other than that, I don't really see anybody in there. I mean, this was a win that they needed to have. They didn't have enough finish to get it.
Yeah.
And now they go on the road against the Capitals. Then they play Devils, Canadians back to back Monday, Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 3-game stretch right here that could start to see the thing go sideways.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Downs will go number 3, Sean Kuraly, -1. 1 hit. We'll go number 2, Morgan Geekie, -1. 1 shot. Nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Need more from him.
He is.
And the number 1 down will go Andrew Peeke, -1. With a giveaway in 17 minutes.
Yeah, he gave it away. All right.
You need more. You need more from that guy. They really haven't found. As much as we have said that the Minton Carlo thing is like a good deal, and you have the potential to get that high pick. They really haven't found a Brandon Carlo replacement since he's been gone.
They have not.
No.
That's a sneaky need they haven't filled, and a sneaky loss there. Like we throw away Carlo. Yeah, it was time to trade him.
Yeah, it was time to move on.
The Leafs haven't loved him, and we get it. We get all that. But he was still a valuable player you didn't replace.
Yeah, he's still better than what you have now.
Yes.
He's still better than what you have now. And look, as much as I've been killing Georgii Harju, I think I would rather have him in the lineup than Peeke.
Yeah, at this point, yes.
I think he's steadier. Like as much as he doesn't give you anything either way, he's just kind of there. He doesn't necessarily fuck up as much as Peeke does.
No, I think if he's generally there, then that's fine.
He's just like he's I don't want to call him steady because that's a compliment. He's like whatever the negative version of steady is. That's Georgii Harju. And then Peeke is worse than that.
Yeah. Sean, answer your question. What expectations should we have if Hagens gets called up? I think just to show a little bit of offensive, ability, and just to kind of see how he fits, how his skill set and his size fit in the NHL right now, especially in games that matter right now at the end of the season. I think that's kind of what the expectation is. I don't have a high expectation because I still have some questions about him. But I think if he comes in and shows a little bit of this and a little bit of that, it just gives you kind of a barometer of where he is and what you might expect next year. Because you have to kind of know how he fits next year if you're going to make moves. Because if he's a legit top 6 forward, then maybe you only need one other. Or maybe that changes your plan. You know what I mean? But if he isn't, then you might have a different plan.
Yeah, if he needs to develop a few years before you can count on him, then you have to do something else.
You do. All right, look ahead. March 14 at the Capitals. What do you got?
At the Capitals? Yeah, that's an L.
I think that's an L.
You can pick the score. That's an L. They've had trouble scoring. I said 6-1 in this game, but they lost 4-2 with a late one by Pastrnak. I'll go 4-1.
4-1. I'm going to go 3-2 Bruins in overtime. I think they lose this winning streak, but they get the monkey off their back a little bit this one.
Okay.
It's the Monday, Tuesday that scare the shit out of me. That's I don't know about that thing. But I think they beat Washington on the road to kind of keep the fire lit a little bit. But I think coming up here in this next stretch, it starts to take on a little bit more water. So we'll see. And we'll be there Saturday, 3:00 start, ABC game, I believe. 3:00 start. So we'll be on about 5:45 or so on Saturday. We hope you can join us. Great night of comments again. Appreciate everybody. The tips, the friggin' comments, all of it. And we'll see everybody again Saturday. Until then, as always, go Bruins.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.